Hey, what's up, everybody? How are you doing? It is good to be with you. My name is Gabe, and if I had not had a chance to meet you, what is going on? I'm going to give a special shout out to all my friends in Ottawa. Come on, if you're in Ottawa, make some noise. Also, what about everybody in KCK? Come on, make some noise as well. And Olathe, let me hear you. And of course, we got our friends in the Hero Squad. What's up, Hero Squad? It is so good to be with you. Man, I feel like we haven't been together for a while, and I am excited to see you and be with you. Man, this is a great day. It's actually Easter Sunday. So you're probably looking around, maybe seeing all kinds of people. Maybe people are a little bit dressed up or something like that, and it's Easter Sunday. There's a lot going on. Now, I know we can talk about that, but I want to ask you a question. I was thinking about this. I've been thinking about something that we all like. We all like gifts, right? How many of you like gifts? How many of you like to receive something, and do you want something that's in a really big box, or would you rather have something that's really small? Because a lot of times you can have a really big box, but then maybe there's something really small in it, and you're like, oh. Or you can have something that's in a really small box, but it could be something really big, and they just folded it up a bunch. Like, you can get gifts all the time, and they can be all different kinds of sizes and different things. I know for me, I remember growing up, my mom would always wrap my gifts in newspaper. Yeah, did you ever get newspaper? And she would wrap them up. There's a thing called the funny pages, she called them, or the comics and the cartoons. She would wrap up our gifts in the newspaper. And so to this day, if I see a gift wrapped up in newspaper, it makes me think of my mom and some of the gifts that I've received. And some of those have been really cool gifts. Man, how many of you have a gift that you've received that you remember? And was it wrapped up really big, or was it just given to you? And how important was that gift to you? Because I know for me, I like receiving gifts. And what gifts do you remember? Okay, so those are some really good memories of different things you've gotten. You know, there's gifts of all different sizes, and whether you got it for your birthday or for Christmas or someone just because they love you, you know, it's really that we can remember a lot of things about gifts. But here's the thing when it comes to gifts. I don't know if I'm the best when it comes to wrapping. Do you put them in a bag, or do you have somebody else wrap them? But also, when you can get gifts, but what about when you give a gift? When you give a gift to somebody, why do you do that? Have you ever given a gift to someone that you don't really like or care for? Like, hey, how are you? It's so good to see you. Yeah, you were mean to me, and you call me names and everything, but here's this gift. Yeah, we probably don't give gifts to people that we don't care for, do we? If we are gonna give a gift to someone, is it someone that we love, someone that we care for, someone who's done something for us? We have all different reasons that we give gifts. But yet when it comes to that, do we give them a gift for what reason? Do we give them a gift because we love them, just like what I was saying, but yet when we give them that gift, what do we want them to do? Have you ever given somebody a gift and you got it and you're ready and like, all right, Mom, Dad, yeah, we got it, and you wrapped it up and you went there and said it was a birthday party, and you went to the birthday party and you put it on the table, and then they were going to open the gifts, and you're like this. No. They're gonna love it. But they open up a couple of gifts before yours and whatever, and when they open the gift before yours, it's the same thing that you got them. And they're like, oh, this is awesome, this is so cool, I wanted one of these, oh, yes. And then you're sitting there and going, well, a lot of times if someone might get the same gift, you might feel that way. But when you can give a gift to someone, and when they really can accept it, and when they open it and they can still share that same thing, isn't that awesome? When you can give a gift to someone that you love, that you care for, that's a friend, someone that's family, when you can give them something that they can use, maybe it's something they can use. Like, I know how many of you probably don't want to get a gift of socks and underwear. Like, hey, great. Now, I'll be honest with you, I kind of get excited because I need new socks and things like that, but those are things that you can use. And you can get some gifts that you can play with. Maybe it's a new video game, or maybe it was a bike, or maybe it was a ball that you could throw, maybe it was something that you could do. Or maybe it was a gift of going on a trip, and maybe it was some experience and going and see things. There's so many different things that we can receive, But when it comes to gifts, we want to make sure that with people that we give them to, that they're able to receive it, they're able to use it. When I think of that, I wonder about gifts that I've received. Are they gifts that I've received and I'm like, great, yeah, thanks, and you just, yeah, you don't use it and you just throw it away? Or is it a gift that you receive and like, yes, and you still use it? And it's something that you can have forever. I think that really makes us think when we're talking about gifts, about stuff that we can receive and how we can use it or apply it. Okay, so when it comes to gifts, I think we've been talking about stuff we can receive, stuff we can give, but I want to tell you about a gift, and you can't get this on Amazon. You can't get it at Walmart, you can't get it at Target, you can't get it at the Home Depots, you can't get it at the Chick-fil-A's, or Chick-fil-A as we call it, Chick-fil-A. But anyway, you can't get it anywhere. You look all over like you ain't gonna go to the store. Go to aisle 5 on the right-hand side right there. No, it's not there at the store. Do any of you know what I'm talking about this gift? And it really is a gift. Any ideas? Well, the thing that I want to tell you about that's one of the best gifts is grace. Now, grace. Grace is one of the best gifts that we can receive. And that gift of grace has been given to all of us. So whether you're in Kansas, Ottawa, Olathe, Hero Squad, watching online, wherever you're at, every one of you watching this has been given a gift, and it's a gift of grace. Now, when you hear the word grace, what do you think of? Now, I know for me, when I was growing up, they'd say, hey, you want to say grace before you eat dinner or something like that. And that's another word for saying a prayer before that. But what I'm talking about is grace is something totally different. And this is a grace from God. See, and the grace that I'm talking about is a gift that's been given to us. And it comes from Ephesians chapter 2, verse 8. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 8. And it's our memory verse for this month, and it's something that we're going to be focusing on all month. And it says, for it is by grace you have been saved through faith. And it is not of yourselves. It is the gift of God. Again, it's Ephesians 2:8. It says, for it is by grace you have been saved through faith. And it is not of yourself. It is the gift of God. Wow. You want to talk about a gift? It is the gift of God. It's God's grace. And what is grace? What is God's grace? Well, it's the fact that we are not getting what we deserve. It's because of God's grace that we can be here together, and especially on this Easter Sunday, where we have so much to celebrate and so much to be thankful for, that it's because of God's grace that we don't have to go through what we deserve. And what do we deserve? Well, we're all sinners. For the Bible has said, for all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. I don't know about you, but I know I have definitely said some things I shouldn't say. I've thought some things I shouldn't have thought. I've done some things I shouldn't have done. And I know for a fact that I've done those for some time. And that because of that, I deserve the penalty for that. But because of God's grace, what He's given us, what He's done for us, we don't have to go through that. But it's a gift that we want to accept. It's a gift that you should accept. So I want to ask you, when you think of grace, what do you think of? And how important is it for us to understand that God's grace that He's given us is not of ourselves, but it is the gift of God? So what do you think of when you hear of grace? Grace is something that we can spend a lot of time talking about, and I want to talk about it a little bit more. But I want to remind you of this as we talk about a gift and how, for it is by grace we have been saved through faith, and it is not of ourselves, it is the gift of God. And here's what you need to remember about a gift. One, a gift is freely given to someone. The person who receives that gift, they don't have to pay anything. Because if you would have to pay for something, if you would have to do something, then it's not a gift. It's not a loan where, hey, can I loan you $1 so I can go get a drink at the McDonald's? Oh, and I'll pay you back? No. A gift is freely given, and the person who receives that gift, they don't have to do anything for it. They don't have to work for it. And that's just like how God's grace is. It is freely given to us. It is not of ourselves. But another thing we need to remember is that we need to accept that gift. A lot of times people can have a gift and, hey, I want to give this to you, but no, I don't want it. No, I'm staying away, I'm dodging it. I don't want it. If you don't receive that gift, literally, if you don't open your arms up and receive it, then how can you have that gift? And that's the gift that's for all of us. For it is by grace you have been saved through faith, and not of yourselves. It is the gift of God. And that is what we are all about today. That's what Easter Sunday is all about. The greatest gift ever. And that is Jesus and what he's done for us. That's Jesus dying on a cross for us, being in a tomb and rising again. We serve a risen Savior. And that's what it's all about, because if he wasn't a risen Savior, then our faith and everything, it's not there. It's not complete. But yet you and I could stand here today and we can know, for it is by grace that we have been saved through faith. And it's not of ourselves. It is the gift of God. It is what Jesus has done for us. No, whether you're hearing that for the first time, or maybe you're like, yeah, I've heard that a bunch. I kind of get it. I don't understand what's going on with this. Is that here's what you got to understand. Is that it's a gift that we need to be wide open and receive that gift and know that that's a gift that's been given to all of us, everyone. And that when we can come to a place and understand that Jesus, you are the greatest gift. I know that I have sinned, I have done wrong, and there's nothing that I can do to fix that, correct it. I can't do it. But if we can stand on the fact that Jesus has done that for us, if we can stand on the fact that it's not of ourselves, and that we can accept that gift, it's the best gift of all. That's what Easter is all about. So I encourage you, if you want to accept this gift, if you want to know more about what Jesus has done for you and me, for it is by grace, where we do not get what we deserve, that's grace. And it's God's grace. For it is by grace we have been saved through faith. And it's not of ourselves. It's the gift of God. And if you want to know more about that, I encourage you, ask your leader, ask your parent, ask your friend you're with right now. Connect with me. We want to help you. And how can you learn more about the greatest gift of all, what Easter is all about? The grace that has been given to us by God.